Excellent. Wow, that's a way to start a Friday. I love starting webinars with music instead of us just sitting here looking for you guys, watching the numbers go up. Happy Friday, Long Island. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much, everyone. Sarasota, Florida. We have agents from all over North America here today. And I know you guys all want to learn about this fabulous brand, Elite Island Resorts. And of course, we have two amazing presenters. I have John and Jody are with me here today. Everyone, please give them a warm welcome. How are you guys doing today? Okay?
We're doing great.
Hi, good.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
We are ready.
Awesome, that's great. Okay, just before we get started, I'm actually going to stop sharing. So then when it's time, John, you can share yours. Sorry, you might have been looking at that going, what's going on, Kelly?
I know. What
happened?
happened?
No, it's okay. I got you. It's good. Okay.
That's okay.
So actually, if you live in a place that's like crazy cold, what I would think, so, those of you in the southern part of the US, I don't even want to know, don't even bother typing. But those of you that are in the northern part of, Canada, the US, I'd like to know how cold it is in your city today. I want to see what city has the coldest temperature. So please type that in the box there. That'd be great. Thank you. Okay, so we are going to get started. We are using Zoom platform, of course, and this is the webinar platform. So we can't see you. So if you're still in your jammies, you are good. We can't see you, but also you can't unmute yourself and talk to us. But we want to answer all of your questions today, okay? So if you guys don't mind questions, if you would please type all of your questions in the Q&A box. Please do not put it in the chat box because it's probably, there's about 200 chats in there right now, and we might probably gonna miss your question, okay? So all questions in the Q&A. We're gonna go through the presentation first, and then at the end, we are gonna open up the Q&A. And Jody and John, we have an awesome prize that we're giving you away today. Do you want to tell us about how generous you guys are?
Go ahead, John, tell them.
Oh, we've got 3 free nights at Pineapple Beach Club in Antigua. So then that's for 2 people, all inclusive. So 3 free nights, valid for travel up until almost the end of this year. So you've got almost a year to use it. And it's time to plan a trip to Antigua. So the lucky winner gets to come down.
So John, can I be entered into the draw, or is it just for the agents?
Kelly, it's really just for the agents. But the support you give us, absolutely.
No, don't worry, guys.
And it's for the agents that stay through the whole presentation, but we will not make it long and boring. So just keep tuned in, please.
Okay, sounds great. That's awesome. Probably once we come up to about an hour, I'll probably give you guys the okay to tap out saying, yes, you qualify. But of course, it's agents that are tuned in right now as of this minute. I have 1:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until the very end of Q&A, or until an hour, whichever one comes first. But I'll let you know. Agents tuning in via FaceTime, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have a question, please type it in the comment area. I'll make sure that it's answered. And agents FaceTime, can you please just type your name in the comment area? That way I know you are there, and I will make sure that you're then entered into the draw. Okay, great. So I think that's everything. Oh, and we're not going to draw today. We're going to contact the winner, announce the winner on Monday, just because we want to make sure everyone who is entered into the contest qualifies, that they were here for the whole time. Because sometimes people come in late or just come or don't come. I want to make sure anyone entered kind of did their part. All right. So I am going to hide my my video, and I'm going to mute myself, but I'm here listening and learning and here to help you guys. I'm going to let John and Jody take over, and yeah, we'll go from there. Sound good?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Great.
So I'm going to start. Obviously, I'm Jody and my buddy John. We both work at the headquarters of Elite Island Resorts, and people don't realize that our headquarters are located in Deerfield Beach, Florida. And here we decide all the rates for the properties, all our FAM rates, all the accounting, all reservations. So we're not just a marketing firm, we are the hotels. And we're owned by Rob Barrett, and he owns all of our properties. So it makes it a little bit closer to our heart. the way we sell these hotels, because we all feel like we're part of this big team. It's not a big corporation, but we have 9 hotels. We've got 5 in Antigua that we're going to talk about today. We also have St. James Club Morgan Bay in St. Lucia, and we have the Club Barbados. And we also have Palm Island, a beautiful little private island down in the Grenadines. And we have one of our newer properties too. We opened up a property in Panama on a coffee plantation, and it too is all inclusive. So we have a wide variety of hotels, but again, we all feel like we're part of this mission and we're out to help. Like in Antigua, we also help a lot with the local island functions that they need help on. And, you know, we're really about giving back to the community too. So I just wanted you guys to know that our heart's in it, and we want you to help sell our properties. And in turn, you have John and I right there for any needs that you have. So in saying that, we're going to go through quickly because we've got 5 hotels. We don't have that luxury of telling you everything about every hotel, nor do you probably want to hear it because you can just go on the website and see it all in writing. So we're going to go over just some new things that have happened since the pandemic started, what we're doing, what's new, and then we're going to end it by telling you what our travel agent incentives are, because that's all been changed because of pandemic. Now we're giving more than ever. And that's what we want to talk to you about today. So on that note, let's go ahead and get started with, I believe we're starting with Hammock Cove Antigua, our newest property.
Yep, we're starting with Hammock Cove Antigua, which is 40 units, individual 1-bedroom villas. All of them ocean view or ocean front, only 2 categories there. So as you can see, it's 40 units on a hillside, which actually have a cascading waterfall.
John, we
pool.
can't see the screen. We see you, but we can't see the photos.
Oh, you can't see oh, really?
No, sorry. You know what,
Okay.
John? To play my music, my intro music, I had to stop sharing your screen. So
That's
Oh, because all I
Sorry.
can see is the,
That's okay. Yeah, so you just click share screen and grab your presentation.
okay, well, I've already, I'm not sure how to get out of that then. Escape, maybe? No.
Hmm.
Okay, so now I see me and share screen.
Yep.
And there. And now
it
do you
is.
see it?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Is
just
it the
goes
full
to-
screen?
No,
We'll see the others, but it's okay on the side. But
it's okay. Sorry.
Okay, there we go.
there.
Perfect.
All right, so now we're ready.
Now
Hammock
we're
Cove
rocking.
Antigua. Hammock Cove Antigua, 40 units, 1-bedroom villas, all of them ocean view or ocean front. Fantastic units, and it's brand new. The hotel opened up in December of last year, December of 2019. So built from scratch, and it was the owner's dream to have a small 5-star luxury all-inclusive resort in Antigua. We're on a peninsula. We've got water basically on both sides, but on the other side is Devil's Bridge National Park, which is a national landmark, a UNESCO heritage site. So we're right in proximity to that. And as you can see, the villas are, they have a cascading waterfall pool, which leads right to a sandy boardwalk with individual pagodas all along the boardwalk, and they're in the beach. And we offer non-motorized water sports, which is windsurfing and sunfish sailing. And we've got those big round tubes that you lay out and lounge all day. And so it's a very romantic and a 5-star getaway experience. The individual rooms are all hardwood furnishings, surround sound, stereo and sound. And one unique thing about them, of course, they have a private plunge pool as well. And one really cool thing about them is the bathroom. And unfortunately, I don't have a picture, but when we have FAMs or big groups that come through and do a site inspection of the hotel, one of the fun things to do is all get in the shower at the same time to see how many people will fit. It's actually a shower room, and we've had 32 travel agents in the shower at one
Well,
time.
we'll break that. The next time we got to go down. And
Right.
break that
They
number.
were dry. They weren't wet. They were dry. So that gives you just a little idea of how big the shower is. So that's a really unique, another unique experience about the individual rooms. And of course, they do come with their own concierge service or a a guest ambassador, we call it, dream maker, who is personalized for your unit only. You have a phone which you can call him or her anytime if you want meals delivered to your room, if you want beach service, or if you just want to know about Antigua in general. They're a wealth of knowledge and can give you all sorts of ideas of things to see and do around the island. The outdoor living space is actually a second room of the unit. Large, oversized outdoor living space, which has an eating table for meals that are delivered to your room or to your villa. Again, a private plunge pool, and it's got a mini bar that's customized to you. You select, or your clients select, what they want in the bar. So if you want a certain type of vodka, Tito's or whatever, Belvedere or whatever you want, that will be in the room when you get there, when the clients get there. A full bottle, not a mini, a full bottle of your choice of rum, brandy, vodka. So that's all in the room, whatever you want. And then the mixers are there in the fridge. The Hammock Cove is one of the most romantic, and I'm going to say sexiest resorts I've ever seen. It is a beautiful romantic getaway for the couple who really wants privacy, wants a fantastic meal experience, because our chef is a Michelin appointed 5-star quality chef. And the meal service, we have 2 restaurants and 5 bars. So the meal service can tend to be up to like a 2-hour production. You've got the tableside entree prepared fresh in front of you. So it's a long, drawn out, somewhat dressy. We do tend to require long trousers for the men in the evenings, and a sundress or something like that for the ladies in the evening. And then through the day, it's fairly casual. And we also have Irina's Bistro, which is open all day, 24 hours. If you don't want a long drawn out dinner, then we have Irina's Bistro, which is there to grab and go. So there is lots of variety of things to do at Hammock Cove. Do absolutely everything or nothing at all. And again, this is a brand new, very, very modern, all-inclusive 5-star resort on the northeast coast of Antigua. Pickleball is one of our fantastic, is one of the sports that we offer. And as well as we've got private charters, we've got all sorts of catamarans that leave from the property. We've got our own sommelier at the resort who can suggest the wines and the rums to go with your meal. Our chef is very hands-on, has actually kitchen tours, does dinner tables for you. You can join the chef at dinner and he can go over the different preparations of the food. So a really, really nice culinary experience there at Hammock Cove. So feel free to consider it for your romantic client who really wants something unusual. And the wedding packages are free at all of our resorts on a 7-night stay.
And John, let me just add something to that. You mentioned pickleball, and I'm totally into pickleball. You know, down in Florida, it's just taken off like wildflower and everything else. But I want you to know that one of our goals per the owner is we're going to have pickleball courts at all of our properties. Right. And right now in Antigua, we have the first ones at Hammock, and then we've also added them to our second property in Antigua also. But it's a big seller for us. If you have any pickleball groups or anything, you know, it's something we're looking into, and you know, to build more. And we hope to do that with you. Now, I think we're going to move on to our other 5-star property, Galley Bay.
Yep, Galley Bay is on the other side of the island. Picture this, a fantastic 1/4-mile white sand beach. And as you can see from the overview of the property, you actually enter and you come across the salt pond to get to the property. So in other words, nobody else is on the resort. There's no cars. There's only golf buggies that go and transport the guests along the backside of the property. And it's only 98 rooms. So very personalized service, a little more traditional West Indian style, We have several room categories there, including another category with its own private pool, the Gauguin Suite. And one thing about the property is it does have maybe a Tahitian theme. It's sort of the barefoot on the beach grill for lunch, a little more relaxed. Still does have a dress code at dinner, which is again, long trousers for the men. But the dining experience here also is oceanfront. That is your table for dinner. So you're not seated even anywhere too close to anyone. So social distancing at this resort and at Hammock Cove is really a natural, because again, they are couples, adults only, and tend to pull people really looking to get away from other and really don't want a lot of nightlife. They want a little more quiet and romantic experience. Galley Bay does lend itself to, it is close to St. John's, the capital city. So it is easier to get around the island from Galley Bay. And the food experience there is also a fantastic, very personalized service. The rooms, that's not a doctored shot. That is the Superior Beachfront room, which is really, you can roll right out in about 3 steps and you're in the sand. I mean, you're right there. So it is really only 98 rooms, and 90 of those are on the beach, and then the other ones are with the private plunge pool that are in the back. So, and they have a wall around them. So they're very, very private for the couple who want total privacy. One activities at the resort, again, it's a health and wellness as well. We have a new yoga pavilion at the property. We have a full gym at both of these properties. So health and wellness is a major focus of this resort. For nightlife, here you've got a little more activity maybe than Hammock Cove. There is nightly entertainment, roving musicians. There is a rum shack, and it's a real authentic Caribbean rum shack. It looks like a shack, and it's there at the property as well. So you do have a nice cultural experience, a little larger hotel with 98 rooms, but still that perfect number, under 100, for the couple that really wants plenty of space. And you saw that beach, lots of room there.
Okay, and I just want to go back to Galley Bay just for a second, because it is so romantic. I mean, if you're a couple, you've just gotten married, you're having your anniversary, this is where you want to go. And the beach too, something we didn't touch on. The beach goes down 1.5 miles along the beach. So right. It's, again, talking about social distancing. This was not built for that reason, but you have it all there without us even trying on it.
It comes naturally.
it just occurs naturally. Yes. Okay. Now we can go on. Our next property is, this is really popular property, the St. James Club Antigua. John, so if you can take it away.
St. James Club Antigua is one of the most well-known properties on the island. It is I like to say it's kind of like a country club atmosphere. Mm-hmm. It also is built on a peninsula. So you've got water on both sides, and you don't have any beach vendors. You don't have any non-guests. One unique thing about our resorts is that even though we can't say the beaches are private, because all beaches on Antigua are public, but you can't get to them without coming through the property. And if the property is private, then you don't have non-guests walking down the beach. You don't have beach vendors in your face trying to sell you things. So that's one thing that is unique about the Antigua properties that we handle. In fact, all Elite properties, they do have a very private area and a private beach. And this hotel is unique in that it has 2 beaches. One is the Atlantic side, a little more rough, great long beach for walking, jogging in the morning. It's very busy. It's a great sunning beach. And then this cove, which is another protected cove, where we have our water sports activities, again, non-motorized water sports, windsurfing and kayaking. You see those round tubes that I was talking about. You can lay there all day and have a drink brought to you. It's really a fantastic, relaxing afternoon. But here we also do have scuba diving. We've got our own deep sea fishing boat. All of those things are available here from the property. And actually our scuba boat drops and picks up at all of our resorts. So it is in that way, you do have a cross exchange program with the other elite resorts. The fishing boat goes out and does come by each property and pick up. So one thing that is shared among the resorts is the scuba and the fishing products. But this property attracts all types of families. We have private villas. So you've got 2 and 3 bedroom villas. You've got suites. You've got a fantastic children's program, lots of activities throughout the day. It's a very lively atmosphere. As I said, sort of to me, a country club atmosphere, a fantastic pickleball program, tennis program, a great brand new gym. So really everything, and something that's happened during the pandemic, something very positive with the resorts in Antigua is we've taken that time, all that downtime, a year now nearly, and done a lot of work to each of the resorts. So you'll see them refreshed, all new furnishings, fittings in the rooms. We've taken that time to actually redo a lot of the rooms. And so this property went through an update as well. We have a new coffee shop, which is actually built in a treehouse. That's it. I have a picture of it. It's actually built in a treehouse. That's a flamboyant tree, which is like 100 years old. It's a huge flowering tree, bright orange flowers. And we built the coffee shop around and into and around this tree, which was really a landmark of the property. And so it is open 24 hours a day. You can drop by there in the middle of the night and get a nice rum coffee or a Kahlua and coffee. And in the day, it's got coffee. So you've got a nice variety of sweets and pastries there as well. So it's really a nice hangout spot, quiet, romantic, a nice little spot for some downtime. If you need to answer some emails, why, there's Wi-Fi there as well. And we are seeing a lot of guests are staying on and they're actually working remotely. So we've got a very unique work abroad sort of program at our resorts as well. So for those that don't really want to get back to the cold, you got clients that happen to be stuck on an island, well, or considering it. Well, Antigua has some of the most relaxed protocol, and we do have a long stay program. So that might be a possibility. Feel free to ask us about that. And we do have COVID testing on site at all of our resorts. So if they're coming back to the US or the UK, we've got the rapid test, the COVID testing there is on site, the antigen test. And then for the Canadians, I believe a PCR test is required, and we can make those arrangements as well.
And we just charge, it's $60 per test. You can pay with a credit card, add it to your room charge. And we have enough tests to go around. And when you check in, we ask when you're leaving, and we'll tell you, you can schedule what time you want to come down for your test.
Yeah, very easy peasy, right there on property. Mm-hmm. That's just a shot of the rooms. That's our newest category that was redone while we were closed. That's a junior suite. So it accommodates 2 adults, obviously, in the king size bed. And then a young child under 12 can go in the day bed, which is actually, it's the size of a single bed.
Yes. And I just wanted to add one more thing too. At the St. James Club, we also renovated our fitness center. Obviously, I can't do this very well. This one weighs like 5 ounces and this one's like 3 pounds. It's already hurting. But besides all the water sports that we have at St. James Club, we do have a very nice fitness center along with the tennis courts, pickleball, and you have your choice of 6 restaurants, 6 bars. And we also at nighttime, we even have a club with, I guess you call it a nightclub, where you can go dance. It's like a little disco at nighttime too. So lots of action there. Now moving on, we're going to the Veranda Resort and Spa.
Veranda Resort and Spa is not unlike St. James Club. I think it is better for the families, has maybe a little more robust children's facility for young children, as well as teens. So it does have a nice mixture of guests that come to this property. And one unique thing about this one as well, you can see it's cottages. So again, social distancing is not a problem, and that seems to be all we talk about these days, but it's not a problem at this resort either, because you've got individual cottages. The cottages actually do have a door between, so they can adjoin if you're traveling with a family member, extended family. It's great for multi-generational families because there is a lot of things to do there. One thing that, again, while this property has been closed, we've done a lot of refurbishment to the rooms. We've added another pool. So now we have 3 pools at this resort, an adult only pool, and then a large, huge, one of the largest on the island, family pool, and another pool down on our second beach. We have 2 beaches at this property as well. And as you can see, the resort is built kind of cliffside. So you have a fantastic view called the veranda, obviously, because you have a large porch or veranda overlooking the ocean. So you've got a really fantastic view from all of the rooms with a lot of activities here. The children's program, as I mentioned, is something that is very, very robust and very live, even though because of COVID, it's kind of been quieted down somewhat. We can't do too much of the large group activities, but we still do have a lot of activities available for the families and for the children at this property as well.
Yes, we
So
even have the pirate ship for the kids to play on and a putt-putt golf course at this property.
The putt-putt golf course is very popular here. So it does have you can spend the day putt-putt golf course. It's lit up at night for a fun evening. After a few cocktails, putt-putt becomes really pretty fun. So there's a lot of activities at this resort. Again, we also have a fine dining restaurant at this resort, Nicole's. So you do have at our resorts, you've also got an option for if you want to have a dressy dinner, maybe that anniversary evening or the proposal or whatever. All of our resorts do have a fine dining experience as well. So that is a additional possibility if you, instead of leaving the resort and going off, because you realize in Antigua, it is kind of spread out, and the mode of transportation is taxi, which can be expensive. So we do have an almost off-property dining experience at each of our resorts that can be for that special evening, or maybe you just want to do it every night, and that's of course possible as well.
And I also just wanted to end on this resort, that this resort is great for snorkeling because we have 2 beaches and there's no waves. So you can even let the little ones go out. So it's a good thing to know, plus all the water sports that we have there too. So it's great for families, but like John and I touched on too, we get a lot of couples there because they like how it's spread out, and they just don't want to be around like a bunch of people, and because of the social distancing. So we get a little bit of both, but for children, this is a great. And I saw somebody was asking, all of our properties are all inclusive. We don't have any hotels that aren't all inclusive. So I just want to be clear that everyone knows that.
And one thing about this one too is Veranda, this was their first hotel that we actually built from scratch. We built the property from ground up, and it's got underwater piping. So one thing about the property is we recycle. This is an eco-friendly resort. So when you drive onto the property, it's very lush and very tropical because we do all of the recycling of the water. We have our own desalination plant at the resort. So it is a very lush and tropical resort because there's underground piping that actually feeds the plants. And so it does look almost like you're entering Costa Rica or something, because it is on the edge of a mountain, and it does have a really, really good feel about it. And again, those individual cottages kind of lend themselves to the extended family sort of vacation or family reunion.
Okay, and now we're going to move on to the Pineapple Beach Club Antigua. And funny enough, John started his career there, and since he's such a young guy, that was just what, 7-8 years ago?
Oh, there's only a few years ago.
No, really.
Actually, in the late 80s, I ended up there by accident, but that's another story completely, Jody.
But
Pineapple Beach.
you really did start your whole hotel career at this resort.
Yes, and so Pineapple Beach Club obviously is a favorite of mine. It's located on the northeast tip of the island, and it is an adult-only resort. By that we mean 16 and older. But while it can be the honeymoon getaway resort, it's also fun and relaxed and casual and funky and tends to pull girlfriends getaways. Family reunions, adult families wanting to get away, very casual. We like to say it's the most laid back resort in Antigua, and it really is. It's barefoot casual, a beautiful white sand beach, As you can see, the resort there, a lot of the rooms are beachfront, but we've got quite a few different categories at this resort, from a standard or a courtyard setting, which is kind of like in a New Orleans style courtyard with their own pool in that area. So we've got 4 pools at this resort. We also have tennis. The gym is there, so the various activities, but it's a little different market from our other adult-only resorts, as I mentioned. This one, anybody is comfortable, friends traveling together, doesn't have to be that romantic getaway. It can be a high school reunion sort of thing. So it's a fun, funky little casual resort. It's not that little. It's 180 rooms with 5 different categories. From a courtyard setting to ocean view, beachfront, and then a waterside room, which is really built right on the edge of the ocean. So you've got a nice variety of room categories here for clients who really want something casual. It's a club-like atmosphere. So it does tend to pull friends looking to get away, girlfriends getaways, as I said. That's a shot of the probably the ocean or the garden view rooms, upper floor, a king size bed. And so that's a typical style of the room. Again, open air, bright, lots of windows, sliding glass doors opening out onto a private patio. You've got plenty of space, again, at this resort as well. And the beach here is fantastic. And one thing about Antigua versus maybe some of the other islands, the volcanic islands, this is a flat, very, very dry island, coral island. And so the sand is that really white, very powder white sand, not with a lot of shells, not with a lot of rocks. It's just powder soft sand that you sink into when you step into it. So it's really a unique experience. And one thing about Antigua that does set it apart maybe from some of the other islands is that pure white sand and that crystal clear water that you maybe don't find in some of the volcanic islands like St. Lucia or something like that. They've got a lot to offer. But we have that if your clients are beachy, then Antigua is definitely the destination for them. This may not look like much, but this is the outhouse, and it's actually considered one of our restaurants at the resort. It's open all day, and it came about probably about 1987. Was the last time we had a major hurricane in Antigua, and that was Hurricane Hugo. And after the hurricane, a lot of rubble was thrown up on the mountainside overlooking Pineapple. And the workers, the staff, the expats, all of us who were there at that time would go up after trying to rebuild the property, would go up and just sit around and have beer, and kind of pulled up some tables. And one guy had a guitar, and we would sing, and there was no TV, there was no Wi-Fi, there was nothing else to do. So you just drink beer. And then we started cooking ribs up there. And one day the owner came up and he's like, we thought we were in so much trouble. He's like, what are y'all doing? And we were like, oh, well, this is all junk. This is all rubble. We didn't bring it from the hotel. It just blew up here. And we kind of laid it all together and built a shack. And now it is one of our most popular restaurants in the whole chain of our group. You can sit up there all day and watch the pelicans dive for their dinner and have some of the best ribs and some of the coldest beer in Antigua. It's really, really a unique little spot, and it's become a guest favorite. And as you can see, these guests have come back. They've gone the first time, and they've come back and brought a placard or a billboard and stapled or hammered it to a tree, or hammered it to part of the shack that says, Lucy and whatever were here and got married here or whatever. So it's a fun little shanty that is quite a tradition with Pineapple Beach Club.
And I just want to add too that while we were closed because of the pandemic, we went ahead and we added a brand new coffee shop at the resort, kind of because that's going to be another trend we're going to do too, because we found that all the time when guests check out of like St. James, because they always put love the coffee shop. And we're like, really? I mean, out of everything there, the beautiful beaches, they all say they love it. So besides that, we're going to hopefully add a pickleball court to all the hotels. We're going to have a coffee shop because the guests, you know, we're so used to Starbucks and everything else here. And we also completely redid all of our beachfront rooms, which was a nice plus to us because we were coming into COVID. You know, you have a very busy winter, we thought, and we didn't think we were going to get to redo the rooms till 2022. So now they're done. So on a positive note, we have that. But I just want to say too that the Pineapple Beach is a really fun hotel. Like people dance all night. They're doing that. It's just karaoke, bands. There's always
Casual.
something to do. If you want to, yeah, you can just be down in your cutoff shorts and your flip-flops. But I just thought of something. What's so sad for me, I don't even have a cocktail. This is actually a tape dispenser that, you know, that like you do packages with because I have no life now. But anyways, that now concludes all of our 5 hotels. And now we want to get to the important stuff. We want to tell you about what we're offering travel agents. If you can come down, what we're going to offer. So right now you can see we have this, and this is on our website. You go to our website and check on travel agents. So if you go to eliteislandresorts.com and then there's a tab for travel agents, you will find this there. But do not look at any of the winter rates because our owner said we can sell summer rates right now. So if you can get there in February, March, April, whatever, you can have the summer rate to come down. And so this is whenever you want to come as a travel agent, these are your rates that you can come with. So, so basically most of the hotels are about $99 a person on that.
Yeah.
Now, also to get to Antigua, we have, and we'll go over the travel incentives right at the very end, but we have a state-of-the-art airport. We got a newer airport, like 2-3 years ago, and it's very efficient, very clean. They've redone the whole way. When you come in for customs now, you don't have that one long line with like 5 different ones to go into. As soon as you arrive at the airport, you've got 5 lines. So they're keeping everyone, and they're very strict. If you're not standing on the black dot on the floor, they tell you to move up, move back. They are more strict than what they are at Miami Airport. So I just like that the island is taking this so seriously. And I saw that people were asking, yes, you have to have a COVID negative test before you come, and you have to take one before you leave the island. Okay, but there's no quarantining like other islands.
No.
So I've seen that question has come up, and I'm sorry we haven't got to get back and answer them all, but I just want to say we really basically are an easy island to get to right now. So if you have some clients coming, and it's very safe. We have very low double-digit numbers of people who even have COVID on the island. It is a very, very safe island.
Yep, it is. And the COVID test, you have to have a negative PCR test within 7 days from arrival, and that includes the day that you arrive. So take your arrival day, and that's day 1, and count backwards, and that's the earliest that you can have the test. And then again, as we mentioned, leaving the island, we do offer the antigen test on property. You just make a reservation for it with guest services, and a time will be given to you to come back, and you get the test there on property. And it's $60, as we said, per person. So that covers that. And one other thing, I have an exclusive offer. If you have clients that are on the fence, please, we are offering the 5th night free. And that's for all bookings made until the 10th of this month, February 10th. We sent out an e-blast to people who had signed up on our website. So if you've got clients that are contemplating traveling from now until December 21st, just call in and say you got the e-blast, and you've got clients that are booking. They received an e-blast and you want to book, and we'll give you the 5th night free just for asking. So please do that. And that does expire on the 10th of February. I don't have the ability to extend it, but it is something to consider, as well as, of course, our FAM rates. is a great incentive to come down yourself. If you don't have clients to send, come and check us out in Antigua, because we do have a lot to offer. And if you're staying at one, we would want you to get around. We will make every effort possible, if you've got it in your time, to see all of the resorts while you're on island. Why come that far and not be able to go over and see Hammock Cove, or to see Galley Bay, or to see St. James Club if you're staying at another one? So we will try and have a service for you to get around and see each property on island.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to book, because like he said, you only have till February 10th, which is kind of close, but you can cancel your booking for any reason up to 7 days in advance, for
Right.
any reason. So I mean, I think within 7 days, if someone's going to the Caribbean, they kind of know if they're coming or not. So, you know,
Right.
if you have somebody that's on the fence, like he said, go ahead and get your booking in with the 5th night free. And, you know, if they have to change, they have to change.
If they have to change, we just use it as a credit for a future stay. So, I mean, it's not like they're going to lose anything, or
Right.
you're going to lose anything by taking that chance and booking them.
Okay, so now let's get to the best thing, okay? Because we have really changed our policies this year. We are offering to travel agent for any booking from now, for any 2021 arrival. Books starting January 1 until December 31st of this year, you get 20% commission on every single booking.
Yep.
On top of that, you get a $25 gift card that we will mail to you. And that's for if they stay 5 nights. And if they happen to stay 7 nights at some of our, because people do come for 7, majority of people we find come for 5 to 6 nights, but you do get people that have a full week. Then you get a $50 gift card, plus your 20% commission. Plus, if you book right away, your guest is getting a free night. And trust me, I know some hotels do this. They raise their rates in order to do a 5th night free. Our rates haven't been touched. We've had those same rates in place since the week of Christmas that we have right now. I mean, you know, they were loaded already for the winter and the summer. So this was something the owner
Yep.
wanted to do. So it's not like we raised our rates to trick you to do a 5th night free. So, and also we do a $100 gift card if you book Hammock Cove. You still get the 25 or the 50, depending how many nights, but if they stay 7 nights and a waterfront suite, villa, because we have 2, the waterfront and the water view. If they book the waterfront, they get a $100 gift card plus your 20%. So I think that we have a really nice program for
We
you.
do.
And again, we're a small company. We hope you support us. And in turn, we're trying to support you by giving you, we all know everybody, you know, would like to make a little bit extra money right now, since we're kind of put on pause for a while. So we hope that we know that this next trip that you book for your client is going to be one of their most important trips, since for them, it'll be post-COVID. And we want you to know, we'll do our part to make sure they have an authentic Caribbean vacation. We're not like some of these high-rise hotels that you don't even know if you're in Mexico or Hawaii or what. You can tell you're in the Caribbean, our hotels. And the fact that we're family owned and we love our jobs, we try to portray that to all your clients. So I don't think it'll be a miss for you to book our properties.
Right. So
So on that
Antigua is
note-
open. Antigua is open. The other ones, I saw questions about St. Lucia, Barbados. Those will be opening up in a few months. And then we have Palm Island, our private island in the Grenadines, which does open up on the 19th of February. And that's a confirmed date as well. So consider those other destinations if you've got clients who've been maybe to Antigua before. Might be an option for you.
Okay, well, Kelly.
Well, hello, great job, guys. You're awesome. I'm gonna send you guys the chat box and Q&A later, because
Okay.
there's a lot there, okay? And if you did type your question in the chat box, can you please copy it and throw it into the Q&A, okay? And another thing, if you are tuning in via Zoom webinar, you do not need to put your name in the chat box or in the Q&A. I know you're here because I can run the report. So it was only the agents watching via FaceTime. And I was actually successfully able to go to the US page and the Canadian page as well. So we're live in both. And I think we have over 37 agents following along via FaceTime as well. So that's great. So agents FaceTime, please feel free to type your questions in the comment area. All right, so I just want to know, I just want to actually point out, agents are wondering if you guys could set up, when it's safe, of course, and appropriate, can you two set up the Jody and John roadshow? Just maybe that came up, so I'm just kind of throwing it out there. I just wanted to point out a couple of temperatures out there before we get into the Q&A. So Winnipeg, Canada,
Oh,
minus 33 Celsius, which works out to be minus 27 Fahrenheit. Okay, in Calgary,
God.
Ken, another Canadian city. Don't worry, there's some cold US cities too. Minus 25 with the wind chill. And that's minus 25 Celsius, and that works out to be minus 13 Fahrenheit.
Oh,
WI, that is Wisconsin, right?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. So minus 10 with the wind chill, and that's Fahrenheit. So that works out to be minus 23 Celsius for those Canadian agents. How cold is that? But I'm just actually going to point out the winner of the agents in the coldest city in North America right now would be in Saskatchewan. And it's minus 42 Celsius with the minus 42 Fahrenheit with the wind chill. And that works out to be minus 43.6 Fahrenheit. So it's just cold. So there you go. So Saskatchewan agents, you guys win for being in the cold.
You win. That's right.
Congratulations. Okay. All right. Let's just dig into these questions here because there are quite a few. And we're just going to try and buzz through as much as we can. So it's 1:47 right now. So we'll take some questions and then we'll go through as many as we can. And then we'll call a draw when we're going to end it for the prize qualification. Okay.
All right.
All right. So this question here is from Joshua. Will you cover the Palm Island transfers from Barbados?
Yes, when, depending on how through your preferred tour operator or through our own site, the transfers are included into, we route via Barbados. So your clients need to arrive into Barbados by 3:15 in order to catch our transfer service, which is Grenadine Air Alliance. And we include that in the rate on a 7-night stay. Actually, shorter than 7 nights, it's still served up and included on a tour operator website or on our own website. The transfers are included, but you get a bit of a break for a 7-night stay. We supplement the airfare, and that is included round trip. Yes.
Great. We're probably gonna have lots of COVID testing, and it's a little bit different between for Canadian clients and US clients. But what about COVID testing? Is it being conducted at each of the resorts? Let's focus on Antigua today.
Yes, on Antigua. So it is, yes, we do have a station at each of the resorts that does do the COVID testing. Again, you drop by guest services. You'll actually get a note under your door the night before to remind you to come by and schedule the appointment. And you'll then make the appointment schedule with guest services, and you'll be given an appointed time to come back and get the COVID test on property. So you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to go to town. You don't have to go to the hospital. You don't have to go anywhere. Easy.
And besides that, we email you the results. We also print it out on a piece of paper because I'm still old fashioned. When I go to the airport, I like to have my boarding pass printed out besides on your phone. So we also give you a printout too.
Awesome. Yep. Okay, and is it free or is there a cost?
$60 per test.
$60 US.
US. Okay, so there's two types of tests. So there's the PCR
That's the
test.
antigen test. We administer the antigen test on site, which is valid for US and UK entry. For Canadians, it's a PCR, which we cannot administer. You do have to go into town to actually get that done.
Great.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And just so the Canadians know, the reps from the 3 big Canadian operators, they come by the hotel and they try to, help them arrange the time and everything.
Perfect. That's great to know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so actually, can you guys just go through the properties, the 5 that were covered today? Can you just let us know if they are all inclusive or not all inclusive, please?
Well, Elite Island Resorts is only all inclusive.
There you go.
Even Panama.
Right.
Even Panama. There you go. Let's just see with the mask and vaccine, do you have to get it before you get there? All right, I'm not gonna.
I saw somebody ask, and I think it's really important to say too. Yes, when we were going over the 20% commission, the $25 booking bonus, that's if they book direct with Elite Island Resorts. Because somebody was saying, can we book it? Because we do. We work very closely closely with,
With the
Classic,
tour operators.
yeah, Travel Impressions, everybody, Air Canada, everybody. But this is just something booking, we can't control it that way. So
Sure.
so check both and whatever works best for you.
Yeah,
So-
but we do have a travel agent portal, which is eliteislandresorts.com travel-agents or travel-agent.
Actually, Jody and John, if you guys don't mind, a few agents were asking for your contact information. Would you guys mind typing your individually your email? Make sure you reply to all panelists and attendees. Can you put your email address, name and email in there? And then can you, John, would you mind typing the website, the agent website as well? And then
Sure.
I'll grab that information and I'll throw it into Facebook as well. So the agents on Facebook
Okay, no
can get that.
problem.
Great. Do you
Yeah.
mind if I ask you keep asking questions as
Yeah.
you guys are doing that? Okay. Is the mini bar included in the all-inclusive?
At Hammock Cove, yes.
Okay, let's go with Hammock
Yes.
Cove.
Mhm.
Can you tell us who the chef is at the Hammock Cove?
Marco,
Marco Festini
yes.
is his last name. He comes from Barbados. He was at,
He's Michelin rated too.
yeah, Michelin
Nice.
5-star, but he was at,
Oh, what's that?
escapes me, a well-known restaurant in
Cliff or
Barbados.
something in Barbados, like the Cliff.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't think of the restaurant, but that's where we got him from.
Nice.
Yes.
Sorry, when did the hammock open?
December 6, 2019.
19.
So it's been a little over a year.
Nice.
Mhm.
Okay, so Teresa was just asking, what's the name of the resort? Unfortunately, I don't, it was around 1:15 we talked about it. So maybe, I'm not sure, unfortunately, the timing on what side you were on.
That would have been Hammock Cove.
Hammock Cove.
Hammock
Probably
Cove
Hammock
Antigua.
Cove.
There you go.
Hammock Cove Antigua, all inclusive.
Perfect.
That was our first hotel we hit.
That was the first hotel. Okay, so this
Uh-huh.
question from Dawn is about the Hammock Cove as well. She's saying, I see the pools are not totally private. Yes, this is the Hammock Cove. Can you see what's going on in the other pool villas? Or is it totally private?
Well, they have a lot. Okay. I'm not going to say that all of them because we do have a lot of shrubbery too.
Yeah,
But I'm not going to say 100% because, but then I haven't been back down in what now, since
Yeah,
January. But I know that we put all this bougainvillea and everything because that's our goal, that you won't see anybody.
yeah, it is
And
private.
the way that most of them were constructed, you can't see into the other pools, but there are some because the higher up one, sometimes you can. So I know that most of them are pretty secluded. So if
Yeah.
you have a guest coming, that's the beauty of Johnny and I. If you have a guest coming, you send us an email before they come. I booked it through, Air Canada, Travel Impressions, whatever, and we'll make a note in the bookings. You just tell us, hey, that we want it very, very remote, and we'll put a note in the reservation for you.
Yeah, and we do that. And also, please just send us a note anytime you send anyone down. And we always keep up with our agents. We put a note from, regardless of how you booked it, we'll put a note in the room from Vanessa at Star Travel. Welcome to Antigua. Welcome to Hammock Cove. We will put that in the room just from you. And it builds that relationship with Elite and you, because you're our main partner in this whole thing. So please send us an email. Don't be shy.
Yeah, that's a
Send us an
biggie,
email.
and there's no cost for that. So
No,
we'll put a bottle
no.
of champagne or wine in it and say,
Yep,
from Becky at Always Travel. Yeah.
yep.
Mhm.
That's awesome. Okay. And just want a reminder, any agents that type questions in the chat box, we're not going to be answering questions from the chat box. We will review them afterwards, the report, and send you an email. But if you want to answer it right now, please type it in the Q&A
Or
area.
just send John or I an email.
There you go.
Right back.
That's
So
another
any
idea.
questions you have, because unfortunately I can't, when we're doing the presentations, because I think we do kind of get into it, I'm not reading the questions because
No.
we're into the presentation, so sorry. Yeah.
No, and you weren't supposed to. You guys were supposed to do your thing, but there is quite a bit here.
Oh, and I do see a question about bringing a second room. Travel agents, you're allowed one room additional. So you and your traveling companion in one room, and you're able to bring a second room at the same rate. So bring a friend.
Nice. Barbara's what just said a ceiling fan in the outdoor room of the Hammock Cove. I think that creates a nice breeze, doesn't it, on those hot days?
It does. Yeah.
Perfect. Great. Weddings. Okay. So with COVID among us, of course, a customer wants to do a wedding at any of the 5 properties we talked about today. What is the limit of guests allowed while social distancing? Or is that or is it maybe better to send that information, maybe a wedding information afterwards to everybody? With more
I'm sorry,
detail?
the number of people that can attend a wedding?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
right now it's 25.
20
25 is
in-
the, by Antiguan government policy, it's 25 people in a gathering.
Great. Do you think it would be possible? I'll actually send a follow-up email to everybody on the call today, and I'll give you John and Jody's contact information, the agent
Yeah.
direct link. I'll give you the agent, yeah, that. And there were also, the agent rate flyer. How awesome is that? Low season rates during high season time period. Thank you. And the incentive program. But can we send, do you guys have something on weddings that we could send out to everybody, like a little package?
Yes, yes, we have a wedding flyer. It's a PDF file, which I can send over to you for sure.
Oh, I want to add something to that because I've worked and lived on several islands. It's so easy to get married to an Antigua. At some islands you get there and you have to be there 3 days, 7 days, whatever. Nope, if you are going to get married, let us know ahead of time. We'll put you in contact with somebody at the hotel so they can go ahead and make an appointment for you to go. Because the one thing you do have to do is go into town just to get the license.
Oh, no, it's all by Zoom now. It's
Oh,
all by
it's
Zoom.
COVID. Okay,
Yep,
all right,
no
okay,
going to
all right.
town. No,
okay.
it's all Zoomed.
Okay. See, there are some good things. It's hard to find a rainbow in here, but there's a little rainbow. Uh-huh.
Awesome.
Obviously, no one's asking me to get married, so I don't know these things, John. So,
Um, okay, so what's the age range at the Galley Bay, would you say?
I would say from 30 to 75.
Yeah,
Okay.
well,
And-
it depends
wait.
on the time of year, quite honestly. The summer months is a younger honeymoon crowd still. It may be second wedding, maybe in their 30s or 40s. And in the winter, quite honestly, it's a little bit of an older market. Galley Bay does have, yeah, in the winter. months.
And we do get movie stars there, but we can't talk about that.
Okay, out of the 5 we talked about today, are any of the adult-only resorts more appropriate for a girlfriend getaway or something similar to that? Isn't just kind of romantic for couples? What would you guys recommend?
Pineapple Beach
sure.
Club, absolutely.
And St.
Is-
James. Remember, I went with my girlfriends down to St. James Club too. So
Yeah,
St.
but we were
James
talking, I
Club-
thought about adult only
Oh, for adults
resorts with
only.
no
Oh,
children.
okay.
Would be Pineapple Beach Club.
Pineapple,
I mean,
yeah.
it's a fun, funky getaway for all ages 16 and up. So
Nice.
you'll have extended families, but you'll have girlfriends getaway for sure at Pineapple Beach Club. And again, it's that casual, relaxed atmosphere that just leads to a fun getaway for all ages. Yeah,
Great.
for sure.
And what's your smoking policy at the properties in Antigua?
There's no smoking in any of the rooms, but we do have designated smoking areas for those who do smoke, but not in the rooms or restaurants.
Or the restaurants? No, not at all.
Okay. Okay, so weddings, we're going to get into that. We're going to send the wedding package or more wedding info. But when you say, yeah, can you just tell us on the basic package, what are the inclusions? Is it like the preacher, flowers, decor, just kind of what's the base that is included in the wedding package?
Well, you get a small single layer wedding cake. Okay, a small one. So then if you want to get something like, 3-tier topper, yeah, that would be additional. You get the gentleman gets a boutonniere and the bride has a little bouquet. We do the setup, with the chairs and everything. But if you want more elaborate chairs, it all depends how elaborate. But you know what? It depends how much people want to spend on a wedding, but we provide a nice little
A basic wedding package.
which there's nothing wrong with it, but if
Right.
some people want to go all out and have white lilies, well, then we got to fly the white lilies in.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And also, you do have to have 2 witnesses, which we will provide. If if they're not traveling with anyone, don't worry. But generally at our resorts, you'll make friends with someone else and invite them to stand up and witness for you. So that's not a problem. But if they're worried about the witnesses and who's going to sign, we'll provide that if needed.
Yep, I'm always a bridesmaid.
Awesome. Water sports. Okay, so let's talk about all 5 properties. Non-motorized come with an all-inclusive, but something like scuba diving, fishing, things like that, that is extra, correct?
Yes.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
All provided. I mean, we'll arrange everything for you right from there, but yes, that would be additional.
And again, at St. James Club, we do have a scuba shop, which does call on all the properties.
That's great.
We have a lot of water sports. Really no need, but for those who want a jet ski or something, we can arrange it.
That's awesome. Okay. So do you guys have a specialist program at, does Elite have a specialist program? How's that?
Yes, we do. We have again, that is available on our portal, eliteislandresorts.com travel-agents. And all of the information is there for the specialist program. Our rewards program, you'll have the information about the FAMs, the incentives, the cash cards to sign up. All of that is there.
Great.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, sorry. Don's question was, this is a large property, correct? Do they have golf carts? So I think she must be referring to, is the Pineapple, is it? Which is the?
She's
Probably St. James Club.
I was thinking either St. James Club or Veranda. Because at Veranda, we have a continuous golf that almost like a golf tram. You know, it's not just a golf cart. Because there's kind of like some hills in there. So if you want to go to the lobby, it could be a walk. So we have those going continuously.
Okay, great.
But we don't
And you
have
can
golf
always
carts.
call them.
Yeah, you call them and whatever. And at Pineapple too, we have golf carts to take you back and forth to your room if you want to, but not individual for the guests, but they're continuous. We have a ton of golf carts at each of the resorts.
All right, so I'm just going, if you have COVID questions, I think we've answered all of them so far. Can you guys let us know from the airport and go through each of the properties, say the name, and let us know how far it is from the airport, please?
Sure.
Johnny, go ahead.
Sure. So first off, Galley Bay is closest to the airport. It's probably 15 minutes, and that's Galley Bay Resort and Spa, adults only, and that would be 16 and older. All the rooms are king size beds, so there's not much of an option there. The next property over on the other side, on the northeast tip, we have 3, which are really within walking distance. Hammock Cove, our 5-star adults only. And that's probably going to be 35 minutes from the airport. Hammock Cove, Pineapple Beach Club, and Veranda Resort and Spa. So those are all 3 in the same area. They're in the same province or county, as you might call it. But yes, they're in the same area. And then down at the south, near English Harbor and Nelson Stockyard, which is the yachting hub of the community of the island, the fun and festive Shirley Heights is in that area. So that's going to be 45 minutes from the airport. Again, English Harbor is the yachting hub of the community, and we have our own marina there at St. James's Club, which is our largest resort, but it is 45 minutes probably from the airport.
Great.
Yep.
Nice. Oh, free Wi-Fi available at the entire property. So she didn't mention which property, but maybe just go through.
No, all of them. All of them.
All of
have
it's included. Yeah.
We have them in the rooms and also in most of the public areas.
Yes.
Hey, I wanted to add something that
Sure.
John, somehow we didn't do our job very well, because you know what we didn't mention? At all the resorts, we have spas too. Every single one of our resorts, even Panama, we have massages. So I just wanted to add that. So besides the fitness center, water sports, restaurants, bars, all of them have spas, which of course would be an additional charge, but we do have
Right.
spas. Mhm.
But people, I think, expect spas. So yeah,
true.
definitely we've got spas, we've got gyms at all of the resorts. The normal, of course, all the normal things, but then we've got a few quirky things at each one of the resorts, like the pickleball or like the mini golf at
Not
Veranda.
quirky, not quirky.
So Susan's just asking again, providing complimentary transfers to and from the airport. No, again, each.
No, most of the time through tour operators, it's going to be served up at an additional cost, as it would be if we did it. We do have a rep at the airport who greets the inbound flights, but again, not included would be transfers unless it's paid separately.
Right.
Okay, and St. James Club, is the water sports beach also on the Atlantic side?
It's actually in a cove that we are at the point where the Atlantic meets the Caribbean almost. So it is a protected cove. The water is very, very calm, but yes, it is on the Atlantic side, but you wouldn't even know it. You wouldn't know it at all.
Okay, great. And then just reconfirming, all the 5 properties we talked about are all inclusive.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about handicap access, especially for the beaches and the pools. Maybe just talk about all 5 if you don't mind.
That's something that's a little bit different, difficult for us, and we don't meet any sort of ADA requirements or anything like that. We are as compatible as we can be with some of the resorts, especially Galley Bay, which is 1 level, and you've got fairly level pathways up through the property, and it does have large walk-in showers with minimal, if even, steps into the room. That of our resorts, that would be the most comfortable for passengers who are handicapped, but they still should be able to be somewhat ambulatory. Hammock Cove is somewhat limited because of the layout of the resort. Veranda would be, again, it's individual units, but it does have steps going into most of the units. So we do the best that we can, but they should travel with someone who who can assist, of course. And if there are special requests, we can arrange in advance. If they need to rent or have something available on property, we'll do the best we can to get that available for them. But they should be prepared to travel with what's needed or what they may need while they're with us.
That's great. Okay. All right. So it's 2:07. Let's ask a couple more questions, then we'll do the cutoff. But there's still quite a few more questions out there. So we'll just keep going through until maybe, I don't know, you guys tell me that you got to go. We'll answer the questions. Just so you know, Jody, is like another 95 questions here. So we're just going to try and buzz through as much as we can. All right. We're going to send a package about honeymoons and weddings out to everybody directly. So we'll skip that. Is there a dine around program between the properties in Antigua?
Are you gonna answer?
No, there's not. You do have the option at Veranda and Pineapple. Those two are right across the street from each other. So you are able to go over to interchange at those 2 properties. Otherwise, St. James, St. James and Galley Bay, because of their proximity, it's pretty far from each other. Again, they're at least 30-35 minutes apart. So there's not a difference there. And then Hammock, because of its star rating, because it is that sort of getaway and intimacy and intimate setting, very, very, very private. So it doesn't have non-guests at the property at all.
Great. Okay, so for your family-friendly resorts, do they offer childcare, babysitting options so the adults can get away for a dinner?
Absolutely. And also at St. James Club and the Veranda, we actually have a kids club that's complimentary every day. But right now it's closed because of COVID. We're waiting, hopefully in a few months when, the vaccines are out and everything, we'll be able to. So we have a complimentary kids club at both of those resorts. Now, if the adults, and sometimes we'll have movie nights, so the adults can also put their kids in there on movie nights. But if they want to also get a private babysitter, we have staff that will come in, and that would be a cost.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. Awesome. Any promos for girlfriend getaways to the Pineapple Beach? She's looking at 2022.
It would just be whatever the rate is at the time, whatever.
Well, there is an early booking offer. So, I mean, booking early, obviously the rates are going to be lower, as it is with airfare. It's yielded. So booking in advance, you're going to have a better aggressive offer. We don't have a 5th night free or something like that we do right now for this year travel, but you will get the best rates by booking in advance and booking early.
Okay, that's great. What age would a client have to be to book a room?
Traveling without parents, I guess 18.
18.
18, yeah, because 18 is the drinking age in Antigua. So,
There you go. 18
so
it
there you
is.
go. You can check in at 18. That's right.
Awesome. Sandy's question is Mary's restaurant still up on the cliff?
Mary's.
That's the outhouse.
That's the outhouse. That's what I
That's the
think
outhouse.
That must have been what it is.
Yeah,
I went
Mary.
there,
Mary
yeah.
was the original, the original chef at the outhouse, and she still comes around, but she's not able to get around too much. She's there on the cocktail on the manager at the manager's cocktail party. Usually each week she tries to make it, but she is basically retired.
That's something else that we still like. We try to still be authentic. And I know a lot of the big resorts have gotten away with manager's cocktail reception, but we still do that. It's just it's a good way for the staff and everyone just to talk. So
Yeah.
It's very much each property has its own personality, but it's very much a family environment. Like each,
right.
Yeah, that's kind of what's special.
And our owner, you can when you're down at the properties, he's at the hotels all the time.
He roams
know
from
it.
hotel to hotel.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah.
see him, or he'll stop you
Ah.
if you look lost. If your clients look lost or wandering around, why he's always driving around on a golf cart, usually with 2 little dogs and smoking a cigar. So he's not hard to miss.
I was looking for 2 dogs and a man smoking a cigar. That's great.
Always in shorts and a little button-down golf shirt, always, or a t-shirt. Mhm.
Nice. Do any of the resorts offer 2-person jetted jacuzzis?
No,
No,
No.
no,
no.
no.
Richard's question is, what's the COVID situation on Antigua right now? And actually, before you guys say that answer, I just want to say today is February the 5th, 2021, when this webinar is being taped. So if you're watching it in May, this answer does not apply. How's that?
There you
Go
go.
ahead. So what's the situation in Antigua right now?
What did we say? 19 cases.
19,
So
as
we
of
are
today.
under 20.
Yeah.
19 cases in Antigua as of today's date. Yes.
Yeah, and we,
So
we just confirmed that at 12:30 today.
Yeah.
Just to be sure.
we thought that might be a question. So, but it is only
Yeah.
19. So it is, we are really one of the islands that have the least amount of cases and the easiest entry and protocol. You do have protocol on resort. We do require masks in the public areas, but it's not, that's only when you can't social distance. So we don't really have any enclosed areas, like our lobby is open air. So you don't have to worry too much about, and our resorts have private entrances. You don't get in an elevator. You don't walk down a hallway to get to your room. So it is pretty much open air. And that's one thing unique about Antigua and about the Caribbean. A lot of the resorts in the Caribbean, but especially our resorts, no high rises, no
Yeah,
elevators.
no
to
high
get
rises.
into.
Yeah, you don't have to go in
No.
elevators with tons of other people, none of that. Mm-mm.
That's great. Okay, so we're coming up to it's 2:13 right now, so we're spending an hour and 15 minutes. And I know there's a lot of people have things they have to get to, but don't, of course, want to miss out on this wonderful opportunity. And please, everybody, keep in mind we are recording this, so if you need to scoot off, please feel free. All of the names. You're here, you will still qualify for the giveaway, and we'll contact the winner and make the announcement on Monday, and then we'll also send out that follow-up email. If you have an outstanding question and you're here, we're going to keep banging through, or I'm going to keep banging through until Jody and John say, we gotta go, we got another conference call, and we're going to go from there, but there's still quite a few. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us, but again, we're going to keep going through. And again, this is being recorded and it'll be on the dedicated Elite page, and Spoiled Agent is log in. You can find Elite under the agent rate tab, under the incentive tab. You can find their logo. It's all right there for you to access. Okay.
And really, feel free to email John and I at any time. We'll get back to you within
Right.
24 hours. To any silly question that you may have. If you want to know if the room has a bathtub in it or whatever, just and when you book somebody, you can let us know too, just for that little extra plug from you.
Great.
Exactly. Yep.
Do you guys have a document or somewhere? Because lots of COVID questions, and instead of going,
We do on our
Well, it's on our
website,
website.
but they change all the time. So like, so you have to, that day you may go back another day you know, it's like when the US decided that you needed to have a COVID test to get back in, that kind of threw everybody for a loop. But it's on each of, if you go to Elite Island Resorts and click on each hotel, it's all the same, but there is a COVID button and you just click on it and it will give you all that
It
information.
will give you the updated information, yes, as well as a link to the CDC guidelines. So that's on each individual resort website as well. So like pineapplebeachclub.com, Galley Bay Resort, HammockCoveAntigua.com, that's all there as well. So feel free to check out the websites.
Okay, great. And you know what, we'll send that link over as well. And that's, you know, everything, all the details for COVID, et cetera, testing, pre-testing, on-site, off-site, US, Canadian, is all, it's all there. And then anything above that, if that's okay.
Right.
Okay.
Great.
All right.
Does St. James and Veranda have an adults only section? Like in a, like an adults only pool, adults only bar area?
Oh, St.
St.
James?
James,
Oh, yes, yes. We have a whole wing of rooms that are just for adults only, their own little beach right there, and their own swimming
and their
pool.
own bar,
And their own check-in.
the important
Yes.
thing, and their own check-in, that's right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep. That's
And
the Royal
bar.
Suite category at St. James's Club.
Those are
So
great rooms too.
it does, yes. And then at Veranda, we have a adults only pool.
Perfect. All right, sorry, I'm just doing one thing here. Are these islands, or actually, well, we're focused on Antigua today mostly, and someone was asking, I saw something pop up if we're going to be talking about Panama today, and we are not. But I would love to invite Jody and John back. Maybe we can talk about Panama at some point
At
when
the
you
other
guys are
resort,
ready.
sure.
Okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, great. So, oh, are these islands? So, is Antigua LGBT friendly?
Yes.
Great.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yes.
no problem.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
problem.
Uh-huh.
And sorry, just what was the second property you covered after the Hammock Cove was number one?
Galley Bay.
The Galley Bay.
Galley Bay was next in line after Hammock Cove. Yes.
Great. You mentioned 16 and older in the adults only Pineapple Club. Does that age relate to all the adult only resorts like the Galley Bay?
Galley Bay and Pineapple are 16 and older. Hammock Cove is 18 and older.
Okay, she's just saying, I thought Galley Bay was 18 or 21 and older.
No,
No.
no.
Okay, great idea. The outhouse. Okay, that's good. We know that. That's an awesome place. There we go. Yes, a few people, unfortunately, I know internet's in and out. If you could just kind of cut out and cut back in again, yes, 100%, you still qualify for the giveaway, which we're going to be doing. We're going to use our wheel. Which resort has the safest beach for kids to use?
Wow.
Oh, well, I mean, when I did my whole little snorkel thing, remember, it was for Veranda because I don't like any waves at all. I want to see my toenail polish in the water at all times, and I don't like waves. Both those beaches have zero waves because they
That's
have two
true.
beaches
Yeah,
there.
Veranda.
Yeah. So Veranda, to me, there's no waves at all.
That's right. Yep.
And at St. James Club, you have one beach that there's no wave, because like he was saying, it was in like a cove, but then the beach on the other side, so you have two beaches, there's lots of waves, because it's
Lots of waves.
that's where the
Yeah.
Atlantic meets the Caribbean, yes.
Okay, great. So Renee's saying she heard that PBC is closed again. Truth or rumor?
Well, truth for now. It is opening back. It is opening up on March 7th.
Okay.
But yes, it did close temporarily. Basically, no Canadian business, very little US and no UK business. But we also have a group who is there in a bubble that took the whole property. So as soon as they leave, we will then reopen Pineapple Beach Club.
So it's kind of, but we have a group, so it's closed to everybody else. So that's kind of like a tricky question.
Yeah. It's closed to new bookings right now, yes.
Okay, great. Does the cafe have an espresso machine? Now, I'm sorry, she didn't mention what property. It was about 40 minutes into our presentation, into your presentation. So maybe the last property?
All of them
or
do.
all of them do?
I was just gonna say, we have
All of them.
espressos at all of them. Mhm.
All of them do, yes.
It's I'm not saying that we are copying, the coffee stores here, because it's a lot more limited, but they all have little snacks in there. And also I'm an iced tea and a hot tea drinker, and you can get those in there too.
Oh, and lemonade.
Cakes.
Don't forget the lemonade. The fresh
Lemonade?
squeezed lemonade.
Yeah, and we do smoothies too.
Yeah, yeah,
Smoothies
yeah.
and lemonade. I'm in. Okay, so on the Veranda Resort and Spa, have the rooms been upgraded since 2018? This agent was there May of 2018.
That's what we're doing now. And again,
Now,
another
now.
rainbow in this whole situation, because we were planning to do those rooms to 2020, because you
Right.
schedule when you can close down units, and we thought we are going to have this busy winter, and we all know what happened. So we've been doing it right now as we speak. That property is closed.
Right now.
The furniture's arriving, and it takes a while to get from
A
Fort
slow boat and get through customs and all of that. But yeah, no, it is being refurbished right now. All of the rooms.
And we're getting all new furnishings in the rooms.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Okay. Is that the 5th night free special that you were talking about? Is that only valid at the Antigua properties?
Yes, it's only valid. Well, it's valid at the Antigua properties only. Correct. Yes.
Great. Okay, so when we book these fam rates, so of course, we have a lot of Canadians on the session. We have a lot of Americans as well. But for us Canadians, of course, we are locked down currently until April 30th. So say we book, take advantage of one of your awesome fam rates to one of the properties. If we book it, say for May 15th, and then we can't go, is there a cancellation, or is it free cancellation? Can we move the date if we have to?
We understand completely. I mean, that's all we've been doing, just as you have been with your clients, booking and rebooking. The same thing with us. If you book and maybe, unfortunately, maybe you test positive, or you are in a lockdown situation, but then all we do is push it further out for you. So we hold it all on credit, full value of whatever you put down. And one thing also, with your booking of your fam, we'll only take a deposit right now, and then you can pay the balance at the hotel when you arrive. Traditionally, we take full payment at booking, but we're waiving all policies just to encourage travel and just to get people rolling again. You can actually just do a minimal deposit if you're worried about that very thing, and you can pay the balance when you arrive at the hotel. So that's easy enough.
That's great. Okay, so I'm referring back to that amazing incentive that you guys have going on right now. So once again, very, very important, if you make a booking through a Canadian tour operator or a US tour operator, the incentive does not qualify. Is that correct?
The 20% commission does not qualify. No.
Okay.
Now the incentive, the $50 cash, the $100 cash, we don't realize that we don't get your contacts when you make a reservation through a tour operator. So we have no way of sending you that. But if you send us an email, send John and Jody an email and let us know that you've booked Mr. and Ms. Jones, and these are your clients, we will send it to you. We need your contact information, but we will send you that gift card. We will.
And which wholesaler you booked it through, and we will give you the money once the guest travels.
Correct.
After they come back. That's fair.
Right.
Nice. And what about the nights? The nights that we earn as well. How does
same thing?
Same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is new, because I think last year, I know we were working together before COVID, like for first quarter last year. And I think you guys had this incentive, but it had to be done directly with you guys to make this booking. So this is new this year.
Yeah. A lot of things are new.
A lot of things are new.
Differently. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So an agent had just said that she was just disappointed in the past because her booking didn't qualify. But that has changed now. And
but the commission is only if you book direct with us.
Of course. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
That's fair. I think that's we get that. She just saying, is Palm Island also cancel for any reason? Oh, I guess this would be for the agent rate, I would assume.
Palm Island is opening on the 19th of February.
And
we do have agent rates at Palm Island. It may not have been on the PDF. I do have it on a separate PDF because we were only talking about Antigua today, so it wasn't mentioned on the PDF or the slide that we showed. But I do have, all resorts have an agent rate. Yes. Great.
And again, 20%, to get the 20% commission, you have to book with Elite directly. Okay?
That would be Elite, yeah.
Yes, okay. And then also, I'm gonna send everybody a copy of that agent rate flyer. So we'll send you guys the detail on that, because I think the rate changes from property to property, correct?
Yes.
Yes, okay, so we'll
Yes.
get that off to you guys. Oh, so it looks like someone's planning a fam trip. Actually, I saw some buzz in the chat box about a fam trip getting planned during this session right now, so you know.
Great.
But so an agent saying, how long would you suggest staying for a fam trip? So I guess that would be seeing all 5 properties. What do you think, like 3 nights
Well, at
or
least.
more? At
At
least.
least. Yeah,
okay.
at least.
I'd say 3 or 4 nights for sure.
All right,
Yeah,
That's
for
good.
sure.
Okay. Will the offer be emailed to us? Yes, I'm going to email. I'm going to email the flyer out to all of you guys, along with the incentive, the link, their emails, everything. Great. Okay, and then the COVID information, we're gonna send information about that as well. Okay. Sorry, I think a lot of these questions are due. All right, so there are some. Can we just talk about COVID again, if you don't mind? Lots of questions on that. Again, this is February the 5th. 2021, and this information could change if you are watching the recorded session. Okay. Okay. So what happens if a client tests positive when taking the test to return home? Do you have a section of, do each of the resorts have a section that the client quarantine clients can stay in? And is there a cost? Can you go through that, please?
Yeah, we're required to, by Antiguan law, you're required to have protocol rooms or rooms set aside. We first of all are running only 80% occupancy, and we set aside a certain wing of rooms at each resort to accommodate should that happen. And again, we give the rapid tests on site, and if it comes back positive, you are accommodated at the resort. We will give you the lowest possible rate to accommodate you for the property, but you will be quarantined to your room. We'll deliver the food to the room. We'll have a open bar set up in the room, and until you test negative, you would be required to stay at the resort in that room. Yeah.
Okay. And sorry, I was answering another client. Did you talk about a cost?
Yeah,
It
so
would be
whatever the lowest rate is at that time, we will extend that.
Great.
whatever the lowest rate. If you book, even, I mean, if you were on a FAM rate, it would be that rate.
It won't
If
be
it's a
higher than the
client
rate. Yeah, we're not going
No.
to gouge you. Whatever you're paying right now, that will be the rate for the additional nights, or we may even, if it's a low period, we may even throw something special at you.
Yeah,
'Cause
we'll give, yeah.
it's an unfortunate situation for all.
Great.
Yeah.
And we talked about the COVID test when leaving. I think for the US and the UK clients, it's $60 US per person, and they will come to the resort. Do you have any idea what the cost is for Canadians? It cannot be on site, it has to be done off site. But again, this could change as once flights start up again in May, of course. But maybe just now, do you happen to know that cost approximately?
I think we heard the PCR tests were like $130 US per
Well,
person.
I was going to tell you, I first heard 200, then I heard $150. So I
Okay.
think they're trying to make their way too. They're trying to get a whole bunch more. So the more tests they have on the island, the lower it will go for them.
Yeah.
It's like we had to buy our test in bulk to get a good rate, so.
But again, the PCR test we can't give on property.
No,
So
no,
that would be done at a medical facility, whether at a hospital or a clinic.
Great. What if you're only staying 6 nights? When would you get the COVID test? I guess the one test is at 3 days after, and
Well, it's within 3 days of leaving the island.
Of leaving the island.
So if you're only there for 4 days, you're gonna have to go the next day after you arrive, either that day or the next day, and get your test, because it has to be done within 3 days.
Within 3 days.
Uh-huh.
So you can get it, because it's a rapid test, you can get it the day before.
Yeah.
I mean, you just have to have, when you enter the country, enter back into the US, you have to have it within the past 3 days. But it's a rapid test. So we schedule it for you the day before departure.
perfect.
Mhm.
Do you have golf courses available?
No, not at the hotels, but we do on the island, and we can set up the tee times for you. But we have a putt-putt golf course at the veranda. Remember, fun for the children by day and for the adults by night. Yeah, because you walk around with your little drinks at nighttime. So yeah.
Perfect.
Yes, there's 2 golf courses on Antigua, actually, Cedar Valley and Jolly Harbor. So there is golfing available.
Nice. Do any of the 5 properties in Antigua have resort fees that are on top of the rates that we're quoting?
Yes, there is a resort fee at the resort, which does include all the taxes. The resort fee is paid locally. It's 24 US per room per night, and it is paid locally, includes the Wi-Fi, all the amenities and taxes. So that is additional and paid locally.
And the reason why this is implemented is because we are very safe with the way that we're preparing for COVID. You know, all the extra plexiglass everywhere, our staff, all the hygiene that we're going through. So we are guaranteeing you, or we're trying to guarantee you, a very safe vacation. So we don't think we've left anything undone. And you know, the odds of you catching something at our resorts are very, very low, because we are following all the rooms. Again, you know, we're family owned, and the last thing we want is to be known for a property that everyone gets COVID at. So we've gone the extra step on that.
And you'll see our clean team all over the property. So they're very visible and
Sure.
taking care of wiping, sanitizing.
Great. And yeah, and just so you guys know, all the properties we're covering today are all inclusive. So activities that are offered, of course, non-motorized water sports are included, drinks are included. These are all inclusive properties.
Yes.
Great. Okay, so for the results for the COVID test after that 3 days before we leave, sorry, they give you, is it via email and also a printed, or people are asking if it's printed or is it emailed, or exactly, we talked about a little bit earlier, Jody.
Yes, it's both. So
Both.
you'll get the email, but you also will get one printed copy of it,
Okay, great.
which is always good for any airport that you go to. You never know when systems are going to be down or whatever. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Any thoughts about offering a natural or clothing optional at areas, I guess, at any of the properties?
no, but there is there's a couple beaches on the island that are nudist beaches that they could go to, and we could tell them where to go.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, in
Not at
Antigua,
our
there's
hotels though.
one. Yeah.
Great. So Norma's asking, if I came on a FAM, would I be able to stay in more than one property? So I guess, Norma, if you are planning your own FAM, a self-guided FAM, using these amazing travel agent
Sure.
FAM rates, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you could spend 2 nights at Veranda, 2 nights at Pineapple, 2 nights at St. James.
Correct.
Yes, you could do that. But I just, you know, you would have to do your own transportation in between the properties. But you could stay at all 3 hotels, 5 hotels. We don't care.
Great.
Mhm.
Great. Awesome. Are you guys still good? We have about 50 more questions. It might not be that many. A lot of them are dupes, so I'm going through it. But are you two okay to keep going?
No problem.
You're good? Okay, great. What about brochures on each of the resorts? Is that something, can we go to the agent website? Can we download copies
They're
there, or-
downloadable. They're downloadable. Yes.
On our website.
On our website, on our agent portal, you've got a guide, a travel agent professional guide that is downloadable. That is really a cheat sheet of all of the resorts. Tells you about the bedding, tells you details about the room, and it's just a glance at cheat sheet. This hotel offers scuba diving, or this hotel offers, and it says a checklist. So it's very handy to use, and they have that available on our travel agent portal.
Awesome.
It's called the Travel Professional Guide.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I think I have a copy of that on the site. Have you guys redone it yet? Or I think
It is in the process. We should have it
Okay.
by the end of the month, the
Great.
2021 one. Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Well, maybe I'll include, is it okay if I include the 2020?
The
when I send out
2020,
that-
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
That's
Awesome.
fine. And
Now
then
what-
we also have flyers, individual downloadable flyers for your consumer to pass on to your consumer, just to remind them we don't print brochures too much anymore, but we do have downloadable flyers on our travel agent portal for you to pass on to your client. And that again is bullet points, highlights of what the resort offers, and has some nice pictures with it and that sort of thing. It's a 2-sided flyer that you can just give to the clients. Of course, no pricing is on it, but it's just a reminder.
Mhm.
Okay, sorry, yeah. So no exchange privileges anywhere. So do you have any FAMs planned for this year, or are you just blowing it out of the water with these amazing self-guided FAM rates that you have available right now?
Well, we'd be open, like, if the tourist board or a wholesaler comes to us and says, we're always saying, yes, we'll provide rooms. So we kind of leave that up to the wholesalers to put something together
Right.
with the tourist board, and we would gladly participate. So in the meantime, so if there aren't any out there, you can come on your own with the fam rates.
Great. Okay. Okay, are masks required in all public areas for guests, or is it a case of doing what's comfortable for you while social distancing?
It is required, they are required in public areas when social distancing is not possible, and in enclosed facilities, not in the dining rooms or restaurants when you're seated. But again, most of our restaurants and most of our facilities are open air. When you check in at the front desk, yes, you do have to have a mask on and walking through the lobby. But after that, when you're walking around the property, as long as you're not encountering other guests, which right now, quite honestly, social distancing is not a problem due to the occupancy level of the hotels. So social distancing is pretty natural and pretty easy to abide by. But we do have to say that, yes, when you are in public areas, you should have a mask handy. And when you're in an enclosed space, you do have to have a mask.
And John, I was just thinking, all of our lobbies are open air too.
They
So,
are, right.
But yeah.
But to protect the staff when you are checking in, even though we have plexiglass shields up and all of that, they're going to be masked, and we'd ask that the guests be masked as well.
Sure. There you go. It looks like Laura's going to have to come down and see you. Her birthday was on December 7th. So it looks like she'll have to come down to see you to celebrate next year. Big birthday. Nice. Okay, so is there a water taxi available?
No, can't think of
Great. And I
a
think
water taxi service.
Okay, Laura, I think we answered your other questions through other people's questions, so we'll go there. Oh, this is the first question I've got, and I love this. It's just a sign of change and moving in the right direction. Would visitors with a vaccine need a negative COVID test as well? Hello.
Yes,
Oh,
at this time,
yes.
we abide by the government, but at this time, yes. They
Yes.
still do.
As of right
One to get
now.
in, one to leave, but let's see what goes on with that.
Yeah.
They're saying that
We'll
soon that
see.
there might be a place in your passport where you can have it in there, so who
Yeah.
knows? But yes, even if you
As
have,
of right now, yes, that is a policy.
yes.
Nice. Wow. That's the first time I've had that question. That's amazing. Great question. It's just positive. We're in the right way.
Yeah, true. Another rainbow.
Yeah, Mary wants to know, in order to get the FAM rates, should we be certified? Should we be a certified agent for Antigua?
Not required, as long as you have a I-10 card, a CLIA card. No, you don't have to have passed but you will after you leave. You'll be a certified agent by then. After you visited Antigua, you'll become a professional
Specialist on the island. right?
specialist. There you go. Yeah.
Nice. So sorry, just because I'm in the Q&A, an agent was asking for email addresses. Judith, if you don't mind taking a look at the chat box, I just posted them. They should be kind of near the bottom of the chat box. And I'm going to email Jody and John's email address. I'm going to send a follow-up email on Monday with all sorts of information. Okay. The agent
I put it on there too, but there's just
Yeah.
so
Yep.
many
So I
things.
think the problem is when you're adding it, I think John and Jody, you guys both did this. You just added it to the panelists, so only I got to see it. But if you choose the option
okay.
to
I
all,
did panelists and attendees.
I
of-
see.
yeah, I reposted it for you guys, but I'm just kind of in the Q&A area.
I
so
see. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so scuba is not included. It's not a non-motorized sport. It is an additional fee. So maybe if you have a particular property in mind, and maybe they could send you an email or call Res, and then they could give more information.
Well, Yeah, we have the scuba store, our whole shop with all the tanks, and we have the scuba boat parked right there. You literally walk 20 feet and you're on the boat. That's at St. James Club. But if you are staying at Pineapple or one of the other resorts and you want to go scuba diving, we're going to recommend that you come over to St. James Club and then go out on the boat there.
Nice. Okay, great.
There are also other scuba outlets on the island, but we would recommend that you stay with us, but you don't have to.
Great. Okay. Yes. Okay. So don't worry. Everyone's asking. There's a whole bunch of where are your emails? They want your emails, guys. I posted the emails. Just take a look, please, in the chat box. And I also posted the link to the agent's site, which we will email you as well. Oh, actually, this is a lot of the questions here and the website. They've both been posted in the chat box and in on Facebook. Oh, this is my first ever Spoiled Agent webinar, and it was incredible. Thank you. Oh, I love you, Richard. You're the best. Oh, how fast can I book a fan trip? Well, I don't know how
Red
how quick
Center's
is it to
open.
do? Get on that phone. You can do it right now. Let's see about the college group. We let them out. I'm not sure what that is. It's kind of coded for me. Okay, so it's adults and it's 16 and up. Yeah. So they're asking about spring break. It looks like a lot of spring break. Spring break maximum amount of people in a group, 18 years old at the Pineapple. Pineapple, that would probably be the best out of the 5, do you think?
Yeah, I would think so. Pineapple's just that casual sort of atmosphere that would welcome them. Yeah. Not that there'd be a problem at any of the resorts, but Hammock Cove and Galley Bay really are romantic couples looking for something to get away. The others, you'll have children also on spring break, possibly at Veranda and St. James Club. So if you just want to be around adults and it's a little more casual, I would suggest Pineapple Beach.
Okay, there you go. How many resorts can we stay at now with COVID? All 5 in Antigua. We're focused on today.
Right.
Yes.
Only Veranda's not open. The others are
Right.
open, but Veranda's not open yet. No.
Not open yet. Okay. All right. I heard they're putting clients at the St. James until the Veranda reopens. So is there an adults only section at the St. James?
Yes, that's where we have all the royal rooms where we say you have your own little beach, your own bar, your own check-in. Yes.
That's the Royal Suites.
Yeah, there's no children around that. It's its own separate wing.
Great.
Yes.
I like those, and I like those rooms because when I go, I like to stay there because you're really close to the lobby, and I'm always working, so you're right next to the lobby, which makes it nice.
And the coffee bar.
Yeah,
And
and the coffee bar.
Now, airport transfers. So if we book through a tour operator, of course, the transfers are included. But what if we book with you guys directly?
Well, there's taxis, tons of taxis out there. And the good thing about Antigua, because they're taking COVID very seriously, they all had to go through like a training class, and they have these big stickers on the windows of the taxis now that they've been through the training, and they know, that they have to wear the mask, and the guests have to wear the mask and so forth. So there's always a taxi. I've never been to that airport and not had taxis just readily, waiting for you. And it's
And they
not
are
crazy.
certified, and not to worry about, I think you used to in the old days or something here of taximen taking a certain different route or taking going a long way around just to buck up the fare.
rack up the fare.
But it's all regulated very strict by the government. After they've passed, first of all, the COVID inspection, they still, the prices are all on a board at the airport. So you're given a receipt before you get into the taxi that the cost is going to be $32 or whatever it is. You're going to know. So there's no haggling of the cost. And quite honestly, it will work out cheaper than if it's a package deal most of the time through a tour operator, because they're going to mark it up. So your clients will work out better booking just the hotel and then doing the taxi service from the airport.
Okay. Very good. Sorry. Let's just see. I can't believe there's still many people on Facebook, and we also still have 168 here with us right now. It's pretty amazing. You guys are still good, right?
Oh yeah.
Good. What about weather in Antigua? It's just pretty much amazing anytime.
Does it change?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there? I don't know. Yeah. Does it change or is
Doesn't
it?
change.
No.
It's just hot.
No.
Yes.
No, it's 82 today. It doesn't change.
There you
You'll
go.
get, I guess, there are a little bit of seasonal changes. You do have what we call the Christmas winds, which come in around December and they run through March or April, which is a cooling wind. So you have a nice, you don't realize how much sun you're getting when you're laying out on the beach because you've got that constant breeze right off the water. So
Right.
there is that. In July and August, it might tend to be a little drier. I mean, feel a little hotter because you don't have that breeze. But really, the temperature doesn't vary too much. And we're lucky that we're far enough south that we're not really in the hurricane belt, which is from June to November. September might be the only time where we get rains. And by the rainy season, you're going to have a hard rain for about 10 minutes. And that's it. That's it. You're not going to have any more rain because, again, we are a very arid and dry, flat island. So the vegetation is not lush and tropical. It's mainly cactus. And when you're driving around the island, you'll see that it's barren and dry. So you don't really have to worry about a rainy season in Antigua because we just don't really have much of one. And when we do, it's about 10 minutes and it freshens up the flowers and then you're right back on the beach in the sand. So there's not one.
And speaking about being on the beach in the sand, we've put all of our beach chairs 10 feet apart. But if you're with a group of, if there's 4 in your family, you can move more close together. But we have it set up that way so you don't have to worry about somebody sitting too close to you on the beach.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, for an all-girls trip to Pineapple Beach, are 2 double beds available in rooms instead of kings?
Yes.
Yes.
Certain categories. Garden View and Beachfront come with 1 king or 2 doubles. So just request through your tour operator or again, send us an email that you want a room with 2 double beds and that's not a problem.
No
Yes.
problem. Great. Do you guys have like resort credit offers? I know some hoteliers do that, but I don't think you guys do. Do you? You're just like, it's included.
Not right now. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
certain times of the year we do that. Right now we're concentrating on the rate. We're trying to keep the rate affordable and everything. Right now we don't have a resort credit, but
No.
different times of the year it could pop up. We never know.
Right. What about excursions right now? Are there excursion companies that you guys work with on site through the properties or?
Yes, well, we own our own. We have something called Pink Panther Tours, and they're actually, what kind of Jeeps are those, John?
Safari-like Jeeps. They're
Yeah, they have a name. I can't think of the name of them. But anyway, and they're painted pink and with zebra things all over them. And we do these open air Jeep tours around the island. We have our own catamaran boat. We have our own fishing boat. But there's also, like, if you want to go out to Stingray City, which is a fun thing to do, or the Donkey Plantation. I don't know if anybody watches Below Deck, but they just were at the Donkey Plantation like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Donkey House.
Sanctuary, not
Yeah,
plantation.
sanctuary. I know, you're right, it's a sanctuary, And yeah, you can book it right there at the front desk.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and we prefer you book it there, so we put you on a tour that's going to be safe and that they're following all the COVID rules too.
But the tours, the tours are open. You are able to rent a car in Antigua. Your clients can rent a car. You can go out and about. If you're going off property to a restaurant, of course, they are requiring reservations, as we do. And the only reason is so that there is social distancing in place. So we do require reservations right now because of COVID in the restaurants, for the gym, for the spa, of course, tennis, those activities, we do ask for a reservation so that not everyone bombards at the same time. But really, that's the only reason. Hopefully, that's only temporary.
Yeah, I know. I'm hoping that all this stuff is good. When we do a seminar again, maybe in 2 months, we won't have to be saying those things.
We won't talk about it, right?
Yeah.
So Erica's asking, so please everybody keep in mind, we have agents from all across the US and right across Canada. So this is a big question. She's just asking, do you have any preferred tour operators? Or I think you guys pretty much work with everybody, right?
We do. We
do.
work with everybody.
Just maybe check in the system.
And if there's one that we're not working with, please call me because I'll be
You know,
fired
Jody,
tomorrow.
tell her. So
I'm
there
going
you
to be fired because we're supposed to be working with everybody. So yeah, please let us
Okay.
know.
So,
They
so
may
please-
opt not to take all of our properties if they handle only certain clientele or maybe a luxury. They may only take Hammock Cove and Galley Bay. So, but yes, we do work with everyone.
just look, yeah, you got your list of preferreds that you got to sell, that your office has told, your agency has told you, or your host has told you. check
Right.
there first and you'll probably find it. And then check the B option, or then it'll be there. Okay, so we're gonna go back to COVID. Okay, so if a client tests positive and they're quarantining, at all 5 resorts in Antigua, you have blocks of rooms. Do those rooms have like a balcony or on the ground floor, just so the people can get some fresh air and not go outside, but like, sit on a balcony or something? Yeah.
Absolutely. All
Yeah.
of the rooms do. So
Yeah.
yes, they're in an upgraded room category so that they've got plenty of space. They're going to have probably a better room, maybe than what they had originally, because we have set aside the COVID rooms or the suites, or they're a larger unit with a lot more living space. So
And
yes.
thank God we're not using them. So we haven't
Yeah.
had anybody yet that's had
No,
to go
no.
in. So, but by law, we had to tell them and let the government know, this is how many rooms and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah.
Great. What about pets? Do you guys allow pets on property?
No, we do not.
No, it's very
Oh.
difficult to get into Antigua with a pet
Yeah.
or with a service dog, even a service animal. So no, we do not.
You can
No.
go pet the doggy. If you're missing your pet, go
You can adopt animals and take home.
yeah,
There
yeah.
is a dog adoption service that you can adopt a pet to bring back to the States to someone who is, you just take them on as a passenger, or bring them back to someone who has adopted them. But that's a very very popular program in Antigua. But right now, no, we do not allow animals at the properties.
Great. And just to reconfirm, actually, someone just asking, can I take my 2 teenagers on my fam? Okay, so the fam this is your own self-paced fam. A regular fam, there are no kids, no spouses. This is business and this is serious. But yes, we are calling this travel agent fam rates. And you said you can have up to 2 rooms, correct?
You can have your room and 1 additional room,
So we
correct?
could do a
Yes.
connecting room for that person if they want. Yeah, so it's no problem.
Right.
Perfect. That's awesome. Thank you. I'm just going to dismiss that. Do you offer any local evening entertainment, and which resort is the most lively? We've talked about that, but we'll talk about which one's the liveliest again.
Well, all of the entertainment is locally sourced, yes. So you're going to have a roving musician, you're going to have possibly, reggae band, something like that in the evening. I think Pineapple Beach does tend to have the most lively, but all of the resorts do have some sort of entertainment in the evening.
Yeah, St. James, I think St. James is good also for girls getaway too, because they'll have like a live trio or band down by one of the dinner restaurants, but then at like 8 o'clock, then like the disco opens up. So
Yeah.
you have music in there too. Sometimes they have a band in there. So
Okay. All right. What about advertising? So, some of us have a database, want to email, or maybe social media, Facebook, Instagram, is there somewhere or that we can kind of get that type of information from you guys so we can share it with our client base, our network of clients? Spread the love. Not about fam rates and all that stuff, but about consumer offers, these
Consumer offers.
free things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, our travel agent portal has downloadable brochures, that kind of thing. And then sign up for our email blasts, which are indicative to each resort. So you can sign up for all 7 of the resorts and get a different sort of e-blast, which is also for its retail base, but of course it's commissionable offers. So those are also our options.
And then they do each of the resorts have their own like Facebook account that maybe we could, go there and you can have a special, or do you guys have like an Elite Island Resorts social media? Because we could, always grab videos and images from your.
that's right.
Yeah. So maybe that's the way, right?
I was going to say that too. Each resort has its own personal Facebook page, and there's all kinds of information on there too.
Yes, they do.
Okay. All right. There's a lot. We're almost there, guys. Okay, so I don't know why this resort fee keeps coming up again. If you book with a Canadian tour operator, you're still required to pay the resort fees. Come up a few times.
Yes. Well, it is new for us too. So that's probably why it's anybody who knows Elite Island Resorts, it's something new that has just started for us since COVID.
Okay.
So that's why I think people, the agents who know us and stuff is like, hey, what? But it's new for us too. And again, it's just to help us through this time. So we could have everything to make it a safe, fun vacation. And this is how we did it.
That's great.
Instead of raising our room rates like a lot of hotels
Yeah,
did,
that's right.
we're trying to be more transparent. It's like on all the hotels that say free COVID tests. Well, we have the cost because that's what we're paying. We're passing it on instead of raising the room rate. So
Right. I'm actually typing it. I'll just answer it. So Laura's question, she wanted to know the guide, if it's going to have the updated new room info, when the resort opened, all that kind of stuff, what's changed. Will that be in the new 2021?
In the 2021,
Okay.
yes,
that's
yes,
why
yes.
it's been delayed because we did a lot more work at the properties being closed because of COVID.
Right.
But we didn't know we were going to renovate till 2022. So this is in. So that's another reason why it's a little bit late getting out this year.
Okay. So Laura, so we're going to actually share the 2020, I think. Should we wait? I don't know. What do you think? On Monday.
I think we should wait because we're going to have
Okay.
it by the end of February. We're talking.
We should
3
have it by the
weeks.
end of the month, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking 3
You know
weeks.
what? I won't send that. We'll wait for the 2021.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, if they're registered, they go to the website because I'm going to send the link and they register with you guys, sign up for the newsletter. You're going to get a copy of it as soon as it's released. So there you go.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then you guys will send me a copy so I can post it, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Awesome. Great. Okay. We're getting really is there a place to register your past bookings on Elite Island Resorts agent portal? How far can we go back to record bookings?
Well, it had to have been since January. Was it 1st or 4th, John? I can't remember. I'm going to say January 1st. So if you have a booking that you've made since January 1st
For this year.
and they're traveling this year, you can email me
Yes,
and I'll do all the work on it. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Because we put it in place, but we weren't doing all these webinars back in January, as many as we've been doing
Okay.
last year. So
Okay. Are the loungers sanitized after each person leaves?
yes, that's the clean team.
That's the clean team.
That's the clean team. That's
Uh-huh.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Yanina's having some problems registering for the agent website and stuff. Would it be okay if they email you directly, John? Jody or John, and get some help with that? I just
Yes.
don't want to. We're not going to kind of troubleshoot with individual people here.
Yeah, if you've never signed on before, you do have to register your agency. So that may be the
Okay.
issue. So you do have to register your agency with your IATA or CLIA number and put in all the information. And then you'll get an email with a login. So that may be, if you've not registered before, that would be the delay.
Right. So Tom here is saying is home-based with a host. When registering for the agent portal, do I use my host agency's address and phone or my home agency address and phone?
Well, commission would be mailed wherever commission is mailed.
Okay.
So use that. Yeah.
All right.
And because that's what we'll send the $25 gift cards and 50, because otherwise it'll go to your main agency. I would put in your home address personally.
Okay. So myself, like many other people here, my children are at home. So my husband just came up, not my husband, sorry. My son just came and gave me this note here. So he drew a picture so I could read it because he's not allowed to interrupt me while I'm doing these things. But he just told me that he just wrote a note and some pictures on just to let me know that explaining why the kitchen floor is wet. So there's some juice and all sorts of good stuff there. So there you go. Too much fun.
Welcome to working at home.
There's been a party in your kitchen during
Yeah. Could be flooded for all I know, but I'm here and I'm with you guys. Okay. Great question, Dawn. Does the Pink Panther Safaris offer commission?
Ooh. No, they don't. We don't. No, because it's not pre-booked in advance. It's something that the guests do on property. So right now, we've not gotten it where it could be pre-booked. So it is an on-property
That's a very
activity.
good question. I mean,
It
since
is a good
COVID, we've been doing
point.
a lot of things we haven't. I'm going to write that down because that is something good to think of. Okay.
Right. We have, if we're able to pre-book it, then yeah, we'll have to work on getting that possibility.
Yeah, I'll check on it.
Oh, Let's see. I think so we have Tamika from the Antigua Tourist Board on our Canadian
Oh,
Facebook
hi,
group.
Tamika.
Hi, Tamika. Oh my gosh, there's still okay. And I just want to say, everybody, we are so happy to have you here. We have 150 with us Zoom still, and we're going on up to 2 hours, and we have 30 in the FaceTime group as well, following along, answering questions. We still have some more questions, and I just want to say, some people, you guys might feel bad leaving, or you're not supposed to leave, but honestly, we record every single webinar, and if you've got to go, that's okay. We never frown upon you ever, because we know there's a lot going on. We're just so happy to have you for the time we have you. So thank you. But if you have to go, we get it. But we have about 6 more questions, and I really hope there isn't much on Facebook here, but I think Tamika's been answering all the questions over there, so we're good.
Oh, good.
Thanks, Tamika.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. So this is social media, and it's important because there's just so much of that going on right now. Can agents use the images from your Facebook as marketing materials on our social media handles? Is white labeling allowed, or is that something maybe Christina should talk to you guys directly? What do you think? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I wouldn't know why not. I mean, they're not like they're copyright or anything like that. So you should be
But
able
they're
to
all
pull
over,
them.
yeah, and we have tons of videos and stuff on YouTube that people put
So
up.
yeah, you should be able to pull them and use them. Yes.
Okay. All right, go for it, Christina.
Mhm.
It's just gonna transmit to bookings, right? Like, why not?
There you
That's
go.
exactly what you're gonna do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Put
yeah.
your logo on it and send it out.
Nice. Okay, so can the full details of the 20% and gift card be emailed? I think I heard it had to be direct, but then later I thought they said they would honor a gift card through a tour operator. Sorry for the confusion. I
Yeah.
hear you. Yes. So I will email that flyer that you have,
Right.
and then maybe we can put together a little blurb, because you guys are being so amazing, and even if with the tour operators, and maybe we'll write something just on the policy on what agents need to do if they make a booking through a US or Canadian tour operator to take advantage of the comp stay.
Right.
And
Yeah,
also
And just so you know, I mean, we did go to several of the tour operators, so we thought, well, maybe they can do it on their end, but it's just too confusing. So that's why you have to contact, once you make the booking, you give us a reservation number and, the property and everything. And then we'll track it on our end, okay?
But you guys don't have like a program that when we go to the agent portal and we log in, there isn't a program in there where we can record our bookings, correct? With the tour operators, it's just done.
The thing is, we used to have one,
Right.
and now everything
We
just
did
kind of
last
got
year.
changed. We
Right.
did last year. Yeah, again, we're going through some changes too
Sure.
during COVID. So hopefully, right now, today, when you go there, there's not a place, but hopefully there's going to be the format in there where you'll have your own page in there and you can just go in and log in your bookings.
Great.
Something got changed on that, and that's not our department.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair. And everyone's just
No.
working, on
Yeah.
skeleton staffs, right? So we're doing what we can. No, that's good.
I agree with you, but in the meantime, you've got Johnny and you got me, and we're not going anywhere. And
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. So Joanne just pumped up saying I've registered booking. So if I understand correctly, that is no longer that option is no longer available. So there's is to submit your bookings. If you make a booking with Elite directly, they have your information.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
if you're making it with a tour operator, they don't. So we'll put something in writing and send that over to you with the
Yes.
instructions. Okay.
Mhm,
So
and,
Hammock is the biggest party resort? Question mark.
No.
No, it's quiet, right?
Pineapple.
Romantic.
I mean, well, hammock, you can make your own party because you have your
Sure.
own private villa and your own private pool. I mean,
Right.
you can make your own party.
Right.
I didn't want people to think they're going to go there. It's just going to be a conga line every night because that's not
No,
happening
No,
there.
it's quiet.
They do
No.
have entertainment in the evenings, but it's more quiet and subdued. But it's Pineapple Beach and St. James
And
Club.
St. James Club. Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Good. And what about any big names at the Hammock Cove that you guys have coming in? Like, and or I guess not, or maybe not now due to the time.
Well, we can't say.
Yeah,
When
you
people
can't
do
say, okay.
come, we keep it real quiet.
Sure.
But like I said, especially at Galley Bay, because it's been there for many, many years, and it kind of has one person tells another, and so they have had their share of stars.
Yeah.
And we have had television programs at some of our hotels too.
Mhm.
If you watched, there have been some. Mhm.
Yeah. And we have a film going on, a crew right now at Palm Island. So that's why it's closed and opening up on the 16th. And we can't say the name of the show, but they've been there for 6 weeks and filming at Palm Island. So that will be launched in the fall. A TV show is filmed there.
Right.
So watch for that.
Uh-huh.
So I just want to say on record, everybody, 150 plus, 180 plus agents that are listening, and the two of you, this is officially the longest webinar I have ever hosted.
Oh, no.
We win.
We find out I was on it. I'm embarrassed now in the office. Johnny, don't tell anybody.
No, come on. This it's just there's so much interest. Like these are all questions. There's so much interest, and they want to learn because it's such great products. So honestly, you guys are all amazing. That's all I can say.
Oh, I see. Married at First Sight was
I
filmed
did
at
too.
one of
I
our
wasn't going to
properties.
say anything. That was
Yes,
at our
it
hotel.
was, because we can talk about that's in the past,
Uh-huh.
as well as Bachelorette was filmed.
Bachelorette,
properties.
Married to Medicine, the doctors out of Atlanta.
That's true.
Mhm.
Wow,
So we're
Yeah.
a little bit in the TV business.
Yeah,
Yes.
uh-huh.
Yes.
kind of famous. Jody and John are
TV.
famous.
Yeah, we're in the TV business. That's who Johnny and I are. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. All right. So do you guys have like a payment plan or something like that? Payment plan, or would they have to pay in full? So I guess if we're going to book our clients at the property, I guess it just depends, right?
Well, they can make payments if you're booking a December trip and they want to pay $300 a month. I mean, there's no problem with that. And as I said, right now, we're only taking a deposit and they can pay final at the hotel. So we are doing that with payment final at the hotel.
Right.
Yeah.
Laura just made a suggestion. We were talking about the Pink Panther before, but she's just saying a suggestion, maybe island routes in Antigua.
Mhm.
If agents wanted to pre-book and make commission, they could definitely,
Sure.
do that. Go ahead.
Of
There you go.
course.
Thank you. Great suggestion, Laura. Okay, Laura Lee wants to talk about airlift. So do you guys have a document or something maybe we can send out, or because that's a lot. The US is huge, right? And we have
The tourist board, I saw they just updated a document just recently
Yes.
with all the,
Yes.
yeah. But
For
then
US.
remember, it just changed because of Canada, so.
Right.
uh,
so
yeah.
a lot of Canada, there's nothing right now.
In Canada, we know is nothing.
Right.
We're going
Now,
nowhere.
but
At least
yes, we
until
do
March,
have
May 1. And we're
from
back.
the Tourism Authority, we've got American is daily out of Miami. We've got Delta still coming in weekly. So yes, there are
JetBlue out of New York.
JetBlue is coming in.
And
Right.
then we got flights out of Charlotte starting, so, yeah.
Great.
Yes.
Well, maybe I'll call Norel, right? Or maybe
Norel.
I'll reach out
Mhm.
to Norel and I'll
Mhm.
see if I can get a copy of that and send that out to the US agents.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's airlift. Oh my gosh. Okay, nobody's allowed to ask another question in the nicest possible way. I think I don't know. If you typed a question in the chat box, I'm sorry, we're not even looking there right now. So if you have a desperate question that we haven't answered, please type it in the Q&A. And then agents, yeah, actually here, I'm getting lots of messages. I'm not exactly sure on Facebook. There's about 124 comments here as well. So there's a lot going on. So you know what? I think what I'm going to do, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to review the Facebook as well. I'm just having a really quick peek here. Apologies if we missed your question and you've been waiting for us to answer, but I'm going to take a look as soon as we're done. I'm going to let these guys maybe go have lunch or breakfast, or not breakfast, lunch, or maybe a snack. And if there is anything outstanding, I'm going to email Jody and John. I'll send you an email and we'll make sure
Absolutely.
that everybody is answered. And I'm going to send a follow-up email on Monday with everything that I promised. And I think that's it. What do you think?
All right.
Yeah.
Woo.
That's
Little
good.
whirlwind. Wow. Uh-huh.
See, we talked about it in advance. I'm like, do you think maybe through the session you guys might be able to answer a couple of questions? Because it might be a lot, but there's so
Well,
much, there's so
that's
many moving
okay.
parts.
Yeah,
moving
yeah.
parts, yeah. And there's
That's
so
okay.
many, Yeah, no, it was good. It was great. And you know what? I'm gonna send you the comments in the chat and everything. It's just the agents love you guys, and the agents are amazing, and this is good. Everyone's super excited, and thank you so much for updating the incentive program and allowing us to do
Thank
tour
you.
operator bookings as well. That's very, very kind. Thank you for the awesome deals that we can offer our clients. And I say we all book and go and take advantage of those amazing agent fam rates. Thank you so much for those as well.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Our pleasure. Yep. Thanks for your support.
No, thank you guys. All right, everyone have a wonderful weekend. And maybe Jody and John, do you want to do the final farewell?
Oh, here's my
Oh.
farewell.
No.
Oh, wait, let me see. Hold on. Oh, we love travel agents. I love that. Oh, that's really nice. That's a great shirt, and it's a good way to end the session. How's that?
Good way. Good
Mhm.
deal. Thanks.
All right,
Okay.
guys. Thank you,
Bye.
everybody. I was
Bye.
see you later.
Okay,
Okay. Have a great weekend, everyone. I gotta find the
Bye-bye.
end button. Bye.
bye.